Our next drill, real basic drill that many of you probably done before, are just step-ups. Only little twist into this is we're going to actually be holding double kettlebells. I'm going to go ahead and show you a few reps, and then we're going to talk about a few of the nuances of this movement itself. If you're familiar with it and feel comfortable with it, I would strongly recommend doing a double kettlebell clean to get these belts into position. If not, I'll show you the alternate. So double kettlebell clean is just going to be, again, hips back, snap up and through, getting into good position. If not, if you're not familiar or comfortable doing that, just kind of give them a little boost up one side and hitch them up the other side. It's absolutely fine. It's not part of the drill, just gives you a little bit of practice. From here, just a normal step, nice and close to the box. We're going to drive this foot through. I'm going to slide my box a little tighter. There we go. And I'm going to just press down into my box. I'm not going to try to drive off my bottom foot and drive up. Back off, press into the box, drive up. The beauty of this being a double kettlebell, holding in the rack position, that's what we call holding the bells here, is in the rack position. It puts a massive demand on your trunk because of the position of the kettlebells. The kettlebells are weighted out in front of you and they want to collapse your trunk in, and you're having to work really hard to hold that up. It's a really nice side benefit for those of you looking for some really solid core and trunk training. Another aspect, obviously, we're looking at with the step up. I'm going to slide the step out here so I can explain something to you without the bells in my hand. We want to keep that knee nice and solid. What's going to be the tendency for some of you, because of some of your situations with your orthopedics or muscle imbalances, you're going to want to cave in and push across like that. Okay? I want you to really concentrate on actively pushing that knee out so it stays lined up nice and solid. From here, it's just going to extend in and up. Basically, it's really going to be a single leg or unilateral movement again. Back down. When we are going up, I'm going to keep the box out in this position before I go back to showing you kettlebell movements. We have our hips and knees flexed. That's where we want to move. We have this hip and knee, this knee and hip flexed. That's where we want to drive the movement from. So we're going to keep, the main key here is almost everybody that I coach and end up coaching want to drive their heel off the ground or off the box. We want to keep that heel firmly down. It's going to give us a great foundation to press off. And all we're going to do is come up. By trying to contract that glute and hamstring all the way from the bottom, that's going to get you nice and stable once you hit the top position. Then you can kind of touch down if you need to catch your balance and come off. So let me show you a couple more repetitions with the bells themselves. What most of you will find is that one leg is going to be a little bit weaker than the other. So you're going to want to base your loading on what that weak leg is able to handle. Another tip would be to start your movements, if you know or have already found out what leg is your weak leg, start the movement with that leg. Those are your double kettlebell step-ups. Next drill we're going to move into is just a simple pull-up. Very simple thing. I assume that many of you have done this. I'm going to give you a few tips that I know of, and we're going to go ahead and work from there. So I'm going to step on over to my pull-up rack. You're going to take a pretty normal grip. Not too wide, not too narrow, just something kind of in the middle. We're going to go overhand. It's a great drill, great upper body and backside posterior chain again development drill. What we want to do before we even start the movement, which is where many people go wrong, is they're already letting their shoulders protract up towards their ears. We want to start with our shoulders and our lats actually ready to help pull us down, our back musculature ready to pull us down in this position. This is where the money is made in the pull-up. So again, not here. We don't want to see shoulders in towards the ears. We want to be extended but not protracted. Driving down and up, you can see good position, and back up. The other kind of verbal cue that many good coaches that I know of, and myself included, use when coaching to pull up is you want to actually not envision pulling yourself up to the bar, because then ultimately that's going to end up in this kind of over shoulder dominance of the movement. You want to actually try to visualize pulling the bar to you, and that's going to, again, start to pattern that proper movement. So let's take a look at these real quick. Coming down to full extension. Many people, where they're cutting their pull-ups short, is they're not going all the way to the top, maybe because they're not strong enough, and they're cutting it short on the bottom, and then they'll come down. So they'll come up to here as far as they can. They ram their shoulder into itself and have a lack of range of motion, constricted range of motion, and then they only come down the part way. So we're only seeing these little partial range of motion pull-ups. We don't really want to see that. Again, most of you are going to probably be performing this in a gym setting. Use the assist if you need to. Give yourself a little assist. If you're training at home, and I use this in my facility because I don't have an assist, a flex band or jump stretch band is a very viable tool to give you a little bit of an assist. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I think most of you, if you got a little bit of smarts on you, probably can figure it out. So again, let me show you a couple more repetitions with this. Nice overhang grip, good firm grip. Again, much like the dip, starts a little bit in the grip. We're getting some tension in our back before we lift off. Squeezing the glutes actually helps a ton, just like with any drill. You want to think about driving those elbows out as you pull the bar down to you and trying to get some contraction in that upper back. And so those have been the drills of our Kettlebell Unleashed program, day 1. We're talking about the kettlebell snatch, body weight dip. Again, if you're really strong and need to add additional weight to the dip, that's fine. Double kettlebell step up and the pull up. Excellent, short, concise program. Should give you a great workout, whether you're concerned about fat loss or getting some good, nice strength gains as well. So my name is Troy Anderson. I'm the owner of Anderson Training Systems. Hope you enjoyed day 1 of Kettlebells Unleashed.